Well, guys, it's season 3. And to start things off with a bang, I'm going to introduce you to my brand new car. It's cold, it's snowing, but it's going to be a hot season. That was pretty bad, I know. So yeah, here it is. It's my 2007 Audi A3 S-Line. A little bit of background on these cars. This thing is basically a Volkswagen GTI, just in a little bit more of a mature suit. It's got same drive line in it. It's the 2-liter turbo with the 6-speed manual, built on the same platform. Pretty well everything is the same. Engine setup is the exact same way. With the Audis, they are positioned frontward like this in the engine bay for better weight distribution for the all-wheel drive. This is just horizontal because it's only a front-wheel drive, which kind of sucks because the weather, as you can see, not exactly too great right now, but you know what? It's okay. I have some good snows on this thing. Believe it or not, it actually came with 2 sets of tires. It came with a really good set of Yokohama Summers, and it came with these, whatever they are. I haven't even looked at the snows. I've owned this car for a few months now. I bought it as soon as I sold the Passat. So the day that I made the video saying goodbye to the Passat, I was taking delivery of this car that evening. I love this car. I absolutely love this car. A little bit of information on it as well. It has a tune on it already, believe it or not. I bought it with a tune. I pulled it in at work and I went to do the tune on it and, getting a little windy here. So I went to do the tune on it. I sent it off to our tuning company, Malone Tuning. Again, awesome guy. You ever want any VWs done, any diesels, they do great jobs with diesel. Mark Malone, you're the best. but he told me that there was already a tune on this, so he did some minor tweaking to it and then sent me off the modified file. This thing hauls. It is really, really good. They come stock with 205, so again, the exact same as the Volkswagen GTI. But this thing, I'm probably around 225, around there. I can't remember exactly what the figure is, but I'll have it here in the screen somewhere. Yeah, so definitely love this car. Let's go inside and go for a quick drive. I'll give you a bit more details because I'm cold. It's not freezing. It is below freezing right now. It's about -4 degrees Celsius or around 30 degrees Fahrenheit. But there is a wind and I'm freezing my tuchus off. So let's go inside the car and go for a quick drive. So here is the interior. Just the regular steering wheel. It got some nice bolstering here, on the sides, some good grip to it. Leather wrapped, very, very comfortable steering wheel, very good grip to it. This thing only has 116,000 kilometers on it. I bought it with 112. So I've already put 4,000 K on it. Differences between this and the regular A3s. This is the S-Line again, so right here these are chrome. This does have the sport bucket seats, which I'll be honest are incredibly uncomfortable. I don't like them at all. I want to swap them out for a good set of GTI seats because the GTI seats, they have some better bolstering. These are pretty firm, there's not much to them. Again, 6-speed manual. Great clutch in this thing. This is a very, very comfortable, easy car to drive. Not really many other differences here. You got the nice aluminum paneling here on the side. I might wrap that. Got the aluminum here as well. And then as I am filming this, I realize, so I'm at a dead end right now in the middle of nowhere, and I want to leave, but I can't because there's a train, and that is up a big hill. So I'm gonna have to sit here and wait for a few minutes until that train disappears. Okay, so I've kind of finagled this little phone mount here on the dashboard on the gauge cluster. So panoramic sunroof, as you can see. Only one of them opens, and it does have this screen that comes across, but I always have them open. Still waiting on the train. The train is still going. But I'm creeping ever closer to it. Good thing I have good snows on this thing, because it would be a little bit annoying right now. Well, and I'll show you. This is country road. Oh, hey, the train stopped. Yeah, country road, big dip here. Not a fun one to get stuck on. Again, this is not the Quattro. The A3s only came Quattro in 2009 and up on the 2-liter turbos. You can get the A3 in a Quattro in 09 and older if you got the 3.2, the VR6 motor. But again, this is not the VR6 motor. All right, let's continue our little cruise here. That's not going to work. Okay, let's continue our little cruise here. This is a very, very smooth driving car. Not like my Passat. The Passat was a big car, so you I don't know, I think you had a little bit more confidence on the road. Going up the hill, I'm fine. Oh yeah, we're good. Okay, yeah, in the Passat, of course, those things are tuned more for comfort than sport. But yeah, this is a very, very nice car, very smooth, fun to drive, a lot of fun to drive. It's, I don't know, these I hate to admit it, but my boss is right. These things, these GTIs and these A3s, it's just a completely different car. It's a different experience driving in these things. You get a little bit more of the intake noise on these than you do on the Passat. The Passat was very, very quiet. Even with my exhaust on the Billy Boat exhaust that I had installed, you couldn't really hear it inside the car. All right, now we have some construction going on here. What is happening here? Lights are out. Oh, I guess, okay, buddy. You want to not fling your snow in my face? Everyone here is out snow blowing their driveways. It's the first snowfall of the season, so everyone is like panicking and freaking out. I'm used to this stuff. But yeah, going back to these cars and my boss being sadly right. You guys know I'm used to Subarus. Love those cars. If I was driving one of those cars in this weather, hey, I'd have a ton of confidence. But that being said, the drive feel on these cars is really nice. It's really tight, very, very sporty, and excellent suspension in these things. Yeah, no, it's a very, very good car. So this car, I was scrolling through Kijiji one day. This is kind of how I led up to selling my Passat. I was scrolling through Kijiji one day and I came across this car, 2007, 112,000 K. The guy said he doesn't need the car anymore. It's just been sitting. So I went to see the car. I go there. He tells me that him and his girlfriend bought the car together. They paid it off. They split up. Now they each have their own separate cars, and they don't need this thing anymore. He told me the person who had, or the mechanic shop who had maintained this car. So fortunately, being in the same general vicinity, being Volkswagen mechanics, my boss knows the shop who maintained this car. So we called him up that day and said, hey, what's the scoop on this car? He told us that the timing belt had snapped on it, and because of that, obviously, he had to rebuild the head. He rebuilt the head, put a new timing belt on it, and then the cam timing chain on the opposite side had snapped as well. So he had to get that fixed, and I don't know if he had to put new valves in it again after that. But long story short, after getting it all repaired and fixed up, rebuilding the motor, the guy just parked the car. He never drove it after that. Big issues with that is obviously if a car is sitting for a long period of time, gaskets are going to they're going to crack. So I did have to do the valve cover, which I do have a video coming up soon. That's going to be the next video, going to be released right after this. How to replace your valve cover. Very common issue on these cars as well. On the 2-liter TFSI, they do have an issue with the valve covers themselves. Something inside breaking, and you get a lot of blow by, something like that. So when I bought the car, it was spewing smoke out the tailpipes, and it was a little bit down on power. You'd have a slight miss every once in a while. So I first replaced the PCV, then I replaced the valve cover gasket, and the valve cover gasket fixed it. So before replacing the valve cover, I was going through probably a liter of oil or a quart of oil every 500 to 1,000 kilometers around there. It was quite substantial. There was a few times that I was driving around that the low oil light came on, and obviously I had to pull over and put some oil in it. Since I've replaced it, no issue. Now I haven't checked how much I've burnt, but I checked a couple weeks ago when I had filled up my tank, and the oil level was basically exactly where it should be. So definitely good news that that issue was resolved and it wasn't something a lot more serious. Plans for the car. What am I going to do with it? I don't really know. I've done kind of the things I want to do. Tint is big. I tinted the windows. I did the minor tune on it, even though it didn't need it. I also installed the iPod connector kit, which you can actually buy from Volkswagen. Even though it says that it's not compatible with this car, look up a wiring diagram for the pinout on this radio, and you can manually wire it in, which is exactly what I did. And big shout out to Matt at St. Catharines Volkswagen for helping me out with that. Yeah, again, I don't know what I'm gonna do with the car. I might keep it stock. I know I probably won't. I'm totally satisfied with this car. Like, I feel that I don't need to do anything to it. But I think I want to put a turbo back exhaust on it, obviously. I do have a set of lowering springs as well that my boss got for me from the junkyard, just gave them to me. I don't know. I was thinking about doing a wrap. I don't know. I might do a full wrap on it, do a video on that. But this is my new car, my new 2007 Audi A3 S-Line. Love this car. I hate that my boss was right. I really, really do, because I love my Subarus and the way they drive. They're so much fun, especially in weather like this. But yeah, he's right, because they are a really fun car. They're a good, reliable car. So, darn it. But I'm looking forward to it. I have some cool stuff planned for this season of M&M Automotive. As you've realized, I've gone back to M&M Automotive, no more Auto Expressions Niagara. That Auto Expressions Niagara was my business that I was running, doing all the window tinting and vehicle graphics. I haven't been doing it for a while now, so I figure, you know what, go back to my roots, go back to M&M Automotive. Yeah, so fun stuff coming up. I have a really, really cool project coming up. It's a throwback. It's a huge throwback, and I'm super, super excited that I got this car. It's going to be a fun one. Yeah, so again, my 2007 Audi A3 S-Line. This is my new daily car. I've been driving it for a while now, and I love it. So stay tuned for the rest of Season 3 of M&M Automotive. We are going to have a ton of fun, I hope. Yeah, no, we're going to have a ton of fun. Stay tuned. Thanks for watching. Don't forget, like and subscribe and share the video. Share the love. Maybe we'll do some giveaways, you know, get some shout outs going on here, give away some cool stuff. Yeah. Thank you very much for the support, everyone.